possible. Okay, the next step is aptitude. Aptitude. And what that means is you need to look at what is it that you bring to the table. Okay, what is it that you bring to the table? What is your background? What experiences do you have? What are your abilities? Are you good at using a computer? Are you good at surfing the internet? Are you good at mowing grass? Are you good at talking on the phone? What are the abilities that you're good at? Okay? Next is, what is your personality? Are you grumbling and mumbling every time you do things? Are you working in a way that it shows that you're not concerned about self and getting credit for the work that you're doing? You're just working to do a good job. Are you working with tolerance, being patient with those who may not do it as well as you do it, or perform that ability as fast as you do it? Are you genuine? Do you really have the ability to do that? Or are you faking your way until you make it? Okay? Sensitivity. Okay, and that doesn't mean that every time you do something that's wrong, that you're going to cry or get emotional. That means that you acknowledge, hey, I may not be the best, but I'm trying. And I'm consistently trying. Integrity. Are you really honest about what you're doing? Okay? Did you steal that box of pencils or that box of pens from the office? Okay? And take them home and say, oh, that's no big deal, because they order pens and pencils all the time. Okay? Because people look at that when people look at how employees are performing, and people will look to see, wow, every time we turn around and order pens, we see so-and-so going in and getting a box. Okay, and then the next week they go get another box. You cannot be using that many pens. And humility. Are you humble about the work that you do? Is that the type of personality that you have? Because that helps determine what type of work that you will be in. If you look at page 3, it gives you a handout on how later on you'll be able to write down is your aptitude. Okay, interest. What is it that you like to do best? You need to write down the things that you like to do best in order to find a career that you will enjoy. Okay, because if you don't, you will have a job. Does anybody know what job stands for? Just over broke. Okay? That means that you just go in to get a check and come home. Career is you care about the end results. You care about the impact that you make. Anytime I'm on a job, I always say, well, now it's time to do the cause effect. Everybody has a job description, and anybody can fill that description. But you need to determine what is it that you do best so you know how to add your own personal effect to that job so they can say, wow, this is a number one candidate. Not that you're doing the job like everybody else. And then values. What values are important to you, and does this organization share those values? And don't be afraid to put your spirituality and Christianity out there. Okay? Do not be afraid to put that out there. I had a job where I had to travel 98% of the time, probably 99% of the time, which meant on Sundays and Wednesdays, I was probably not here at Jackson Street. In that position, I negotiated that if I was not at home, they would have to expense me going to worship where I choose. And they said, okay. And I thought, wow, that was pretty easy. I just asked and it happened. When I was traveling up north and I was in Connecticut, I worshiped in New York. It cost the company $100 each way to take me to church on Sundays and Wednesdays. But you know why they were willing to do that? Because I cared about the end result. I had the right attitude, and I wasn't ashamed of my values to let them know, hey, this is what I believe in. This is who I am. And I will be a good worker for you, but I need you to meet me here. Same thing with working at Meharry. One of the things that interested me at Meharry was that Meharry's mission says, worshiping God through the service of mankind. Now, Meharry and I don't share the same spiritual beliefs. They're Methodists. I'm not Methodist. I'm Church of Christ. Everybody knows we're Christians here. Okay? But that interests me because I knew that they would respect the fact that, okay? So you need to write down what are your values so you'll know what are you willing to compromise and what are you not. So the first step is what? You guys got to talk to me. First step is what? Second step is which takes us to the third step, which is altitude. Okay, altitude. Take a look at page 7, altitude. The next thing you need to do is target opportunities, okay? Target opportunities. Look at occupations. What occupations do you want to have? What are the things that you want to do? What functions do you want to perform at a company? What industries do you want to work in? When people hear that I've worked in construction, they're like, what? You've worked in construction? Yeah, because I love to train. And everybody needs training. I love to take process and make them better. Everybody loves process improvements. Every company loves for their company to work better. Okay? Think of industries where what you do best, your aptitude will benefit that organization. Locations. Maybe Nashville is not the area for you. Okay? And if you are in high school and pursuing to go elsewhere, look to see what jobs are in the market at the elsewhere place. Don't say, oh, I want to be X profession and move to a state where that profession is not even needed. Okay? Income. Income is not just about dollars. Income is not just about dollars. It's about benefits as well. I was HR manager at Lipscomb University. Lipscomb does not pay well, but they have great benefits. So you cannot say they offer me nothing. Lipscomb has a benefit that the first year of employment, you get 50% off tuition from pre-K all the way to bachelor's degree for your children. 50% the first year. By the third year, the discount is 75% per child. Okay, that's a great discount. That's a great discount. That's a great benefit. There are a lot of people that work at Lipscomb University that just work there for the benefits. They're not worried about the financial income because they see that discount. If you are an employee there and you don't have a bachelor's degree, you can get a bachelor's degree at Lipscomb 100% free. 100% free. If you want to get a graduate degree, all you have to do is pay the taxes on it. Okay? So income is way beyond just the dollar value. Next is the platform. And what that means is, what do you want to be? Do you want to be an employee? Do you want to own your own business? Do you want to be a consultant? Okay? You need to determine what role is it that you want to have as you look for these jobs. And then lastly is culture. What type of work environment do you want to work in? Is it a culture where it's a factory business? Some people perform well in those businesses. Is it corporate America? Is it somewhere like Google where they wear shorts, they ride around on motor-operated cars, or there's a place here called Letterlink, I think, where they bring dogs, they bring pets and children to work at any time. What's the culture of that organization to make sure that you'll fit in? Because nothing's worse than starting a job and you didn't find out all of these things, and then you're there and you're what? Miserable. Okay? Step number 3 also includes your resume, because you need to target your resume toward the job opportunity that you're looking for. Target your resume to the job opportunity that you're looking for. Starting on page 9 of your handout is a guide to help you develop your resume. Okay, the first thing that you need to remember about your resume is this. Those of us who are in HR get tons of resumes all the time. When I was at Lipscomb, I had no less than 600 resumes a week. No less than 600 a week. Okay? What we do is we look at them and we may spend 10 to 30 seconds looking over them high level. If you send us 13 pages, it's not going to get looked at. Okay? If it's fluff, we'll know it right off. We'll know it right off. Don't try to enhance your resume with things that are not factual. The next is grammatical errors. Grammatical errors. If you're doing your resume, take the time to be mindful of what you put on Facebook. Can I repeat this? Be mindful of what you put on Facebook, because it is not illegal for you to apply for a job and the HR department go straight to Facebook and see what you're all about. See who your friends are, if your pages are public. See what your friends are. See how you look. See how you carry yourself. And they can say, I don't want to be a part of that. And that is so important for the youth, because I have seen things that I'm like, what? You're using that kind of language? Do you realize that you may be sitting in front of me? You may say, Sister Peaches, can you get a job? Am I going to take a chance on that? I see how you act when you're not in my sight. Okay? Employers will look at Facebook first to see about who your character is. Okay? Also, take time to do online searches. If you are unemployed, you should be looking for a job online every single day. Okay? Every single day. Your job search should include online searching 15 to 50%. Some of those who are employed that are looking for jobs, you can try it daily or just save it for the weekend, but you must use the online searching. Okay? Use keywords, and that goes back to your handout that has you list your skills and abilities. Use those as your keywords to find jobs. All righty, it's getting delayed. Locations. Be careful with your locations, because you want to expand it. Because if a company is located in Hermitage and you search for Nashville, that job may not come up. Okay? So you think of all the surrounding areas as well. Automatic notifications, careerbuilder.com, and there are others that will, once you set up a profile on there, it will send you daily notifications, weekly. You set it up how often about jobs that meet your profile. Okay? And then networking internally. If you know somebody that has a job at the company that you want, ask them, how can you help me get that job? How can you help me get on at that company? Okay? What do I need to do? And step number 5 is sort. Sort through the opportunities. And that is sort through the opportunities to have interviews and wow them at the interviews. And this is where Brother Mike Jones is going to come in and talk about the interviews. Before he comes, are there any questions? Okay. Hopefully you use the items in your handout. And if you have
Delivering world-class customer service by Ms. Cosmelita Sane of Cos & Company Incorporated. Achieving your goals through service excellence.
What service excellence is it is a philosophy. It is not a department. You can't call up and say, let me speak to the service excellence department. Okay? It is not a department. It is not a program, nor is it a policy. What it is, it's a culture of trying to strive for outstanding service and quality and in everything that your business is about. And so when you think about service excellence, all of your behaviors must support those 3 things that you just came up with, or those 3 things that you're working on. Okay? All of your behaviors must support those 3 things, must support your service philosophy. Okay? And so that leads us to the 3 critical elements for service excellence, which are 1, through the lens of the customer, 2, everything speaks, and 3, creating a wow.
Through the lens of the customer.
So we need to think about our processes through our customer's lens to be sure that we're providing the best level of service, because if not, we're only providing mediocre service. And that's what a lot of businesses do these days, is they provide mediocre service. And that service is good, but guess what? It's not so great that that customer will not leave for someone else providing the same service.
Everything speaks.
The next one is everything speaks. Everything speaks. Is there trash in the parking lot? What does your reception area look like? Are employees standing around eating, having personal conversations? Everything speaks, because hiring the right people is 90% of the job. And the key word is the right people. because a warm body that doesn't understand being customer focused equals mediocre service.
Creating a wow.
Creating wow is real simple. Remembering the customer's name. Remembering the customer's name. How much extra effort does that take? Not a lot, right? Okay. Drill into the customer. Everything speaks and creating a wow.
Thank you, Cause and Company.